The last thing you need to do is add a name on your building. So in the Shapes panel, you're going to go to the text and drag it over to your work plane. You can change the name of the text in the settings section. So when you create the name of your building, you need to make sure that it's creative. However, we still need to know what type of building it is. So for example, if I am going to name my building the Tech Times, this will let people know that this is a news show about technology. You can change the font by clicking here, and you can go through the choices. You can have sans, sans mono, or serif. You can change the height by just sliding. You can change the bevel, kind of the thickness of the letters. And you can also change the segment. All right, the segment kind of gives it kind of a curved look on the edge. All right, so you can go ahead and set it up how you would like for your building. I suggest that you change the size of your building first, or your building name first before you put it onto your building. So I'm going to just click on my white squares, drag it in, make it smaller so that it looks like it will fit, kind of figure out where I want it to go. Your building name can go either on the top of your building or on the side. I'm going to put mine on the side. And so I'm going to rotate it again so I can find my curved arrows. And again, I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. All right, now that it's rotated 90 degrees, I can go back and I'm going to use that black cone to bring it up onto my building. Again, I suggest you kind of use arrows to help you move it around. You can resize your building title in the air. However, it does get a little bit more tricky than when it was flat on the work plane. Now, it may look like my building title is on, but you always want to check the different perspectives to make sure it's actually attached to your building. So yes, it looks good here. However, when I rotate it here, it's clearly not on my building. So I'm going to back it up. Again, I like to use my arrows and make sure that you can see it physically go into the building. Otherwise, it won't actually attach. And when you print it out, it will fall off. You also want to make sure that you look inside the building. If you see that your words are sticking out, you want to change that because you don't want your words covering up the hole and we don't need to print. So you can either move it out of the way, or if you had your words really thick, they're kind of sticking out a lot, you can change your size. So I don't need it quite so big. Maybe I want it 3. I just want it a little bit. Now you can see that when I changed it to 3, it came off. So I'm going to push it back and make sure it's on my building. Double check the inside, stuck out a little bit. Perfect. So now it's sticking out enough, but not way too much. I can see it kind of covers up my holes a little bit, so I'm going to bring it up just a tiny bit because I don't want it to cover up any holes for my LEDs. And then finally, I need to attach it to my building. So I'm going to select everything and I'm going to group it. All right, double check that everything's good. When you're finished with your building, you want to make sure that every item is grouped. It should be one color so that you can tell that it is all grouped together.